So it has snowed again. we're kind of in a period here where we're getting a lot of winter storms, like back to back to back. This is just a couple inches here. We've got maybe another foot coming later today, and then you know, we just had an ice storm Thursday. Today is Monday, we're getting a snowstorm, and then Thursday we're getting another snowstorm. So just pretty much getting hammered here lately. But I gotta say, looks like my neighbor has made it out, and she's got a Toyota 4Runner. Looks like she's made it out this morning. And I'm gonna be the second person out. But these Yokohama XAT tires, they've done a fantastic job. You know, that was one of the things I was concerned about, because there's some reviews out there, some people that say that they don't do a good job in the winter weather, but they've been doing fantastic. I mean, ice, snow, sleet, rain, we've had it all here lately. And these tires are just doing a great job. I'm really happy with them. They're almost doing as well as those Falcon AT3Ws that are specifically designed for foul weather like this. These Yokohamas are doing just about an equal job to those, you know, and that's really saying a lot. So I'm really happy with these tires so far. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the stability is like on them when I'm towing in the summer heat. But as far as winter weather goes, I have no more reservations about these things. They are awesome. Yeah, so it snowed again. Actually, it snowed 2 or 3 more times. It's starting to pile up around here a little bit compared to what we're used to. But anyway, they weren't going to bring me my Westendorf brush crusher because, of course, it has to come via UPS freight. And they're not about to get the freight trucks out in this kind of weather. So I had to go all the way to Lexington, Kentucky to the terminal and pick this thing up. And lo and behold, it's damaged. I want you to look at this. Now, of course, that's my strap right there, but look how they put this thing on a pallet. I mean, it's just barely even on the pallet. It's not assembled, no bubble wrap, no protection. And this ear right here is bent. That's some pretty thick material, and something bent that, so they had to hit that pretty hard with something. Have no idea how you do that. That part was even off the pallet, so it was laying on the concrete, so it's got places where the brand new powder coat is all chewed up. I mean, that's an absolute joke. $2,000 to get one of these things here, and they can't even package it. I mean, it looks like a bunch of first graders packaged this thing. Absolutely ridiculous. So right off the bat here, my initial impression is not so hot, but I'm gonna try and get it off the truck, and I'm gonna have to rig something up to try and bend that back out, you know, because I don't have an actual workshop. All I have is basic hand tools. So I'm thinking about trying to put like a 2x4 in here and put my floor jack between them. I'll have to put this one up against a tree or something so it doesn't bend in the process. So I'll have to put like some kind of immovable object against this side, and then put my floor jack in here to try and press that one back out and straighten it out, I guess. Only thing I can think of, I mean, I could take a great big sledgehammer and try to beat it out, but if I do that, you know, I'm guaranteed to knock the powder coat off of it, what powder coat is left. So I'm going to try the floor jack method first, just because it would be slow pressure, and maybe, just maybe, I can bend it out straight without tearing up the powder coat. I don't know. Frustrating, but first thing I got to do is bring the tractor over here and try to get this conglomerated mess off the back of my truck. Okay, you guys have to see this. This is probably the most redneck, Macgyverized thing I've ever done, but I'll be daggone if it's not working. So we're using the cedar tree as my immovable object, and I've got a block of wood against that flange over there that was bent, and I've got my floor jack in there laying over sideways, and it's straightened it pretty much right up. I mean, it's still got a little ways to go. You can see a little bit of a crease there where it got bent. So I'm gonna hold it right there, and I'm gonna take this sledgehammer and try to knock that crease out so it'll stay there. But hey, it's not fancy, but it worked. I'm just mad that we had to do all this. And to make matters worse, this side over here has 2 of these pins And that side over there, they only gave me 1 pin, so I got to call them and get them to send me another pin. I'm telling you, man, I know things are crazy right now. COVID and all that crap screwed everything up. Got the supply chain all messed up and people are stressed out, but this is absolutely ridiculous. For the money they charge for this thing, it's just crazy to have to even do all this. But we're just about there, and then we'll start to assemble this thing and maybe try it out and see how it works. So of course the other option is that when I went to the UPS freight dock to pick this thing up, I could have rejected it, because technically you're supposed to inspect them for damage, which I did, and I took pictures while I was there, but I could have rejected the delivery. The thing about that is it's hard to find these things. It takes forever to get one. I've been told now that you're looking at 6 months to get a replacement. And I just drove 40 minutes one way to get to the UPS freight dock anyway, and I had another 40-minute drive to get home. So in my particular case, I thought it would be the best thing to just bring this one home and try to jerry rig it and fix it. So that's why I did that. So as far as putting this thing together, it doesn't seem too terribly bad. If they spend as much time on packaging as they do instructions, they'd be in good shape, because the instructions are fantastic. It lays out all the parts for you. It shows you a diagram of where everything goes. So the instructions are pretty good. Basically, I just put what they call the upper tooth. Went ahead and put that on the tractor so I can fool with it a little more easily. First step is you have this brace that you have to put in. And it's got 2 bolts on this side, 2 bolts on that side. I found that it was pretty tight fitting and it was kind of a pain in the rear end. So what I did was I put a screwdriver in one of these holes. That way I could use that to get some leverage and line the hole up. And while I was holding that, I put the other bolt in real quick. And then likewise on both sides there. So I've got to tighten that down. And then the upper tooth, as they call it, will be done. And then on the lower tooth, you just got these pieces right here. This is the part that actually will make contact with the bottom of your loader arm, because that lower jaw just pins on right there and it just kind of swings, and it'll make contact up here on the bottom of the loader arm. So that's why there's so many holes in this thing. You can see there's a lot of holes where you can adjust that in and out. So I just put them all in there and I left them, excuse me, I left them loose right now, and that way once I get this thing on there, I can see where it needs to be before I torque those down. So I'm glad there's some adjustment there. And now that I'm looking at this, I really hope that it works with this loader, because you can see where there's some parts and pieces here for the stand, because it's a quick park loader, and so that stand folds down. So there's not really a whole lot of real estate under there for this thing to make contact, so I'm hoping that it will work. That'll be the next problem I have, knowing my luck. But anyway, so that's pretty much all there is to it. You put those 2 pieces on there, you put that 1 piece on here, and then you can pin it together. I think I need some more pins, or I need 1 more pin, because I've got one missing. I was on hold with them for, gosh, over an hour. Got tired of waiting, so I just hung up and left them a voicemail, so hopefully they'll call me back at some point and I can get that other pin that I need to finish this job up, because I'm kind of anxious to use it and try it out. Should be pretty handy. So I've been making some adjustments to this piece that goes on the lower tooth here with this square tube that rolls, and it looks like the idea is you want it to strike this solid point here on the bottom of your loader arm. And I had it all the way down, like all the way down that way, and it was kind of coming up a little bit short. So I undid these bolts right here and pulled this back up 1 notch, and now it looks like that when I swing it, it hits where it's supposed to hit up under here. Because like I said, I don't want to make contact with my parking stand here, because that's real flimsy. It'll tear that up. That's solid material. So I guess that's why they make this thing roll. It can either, because as you curl this, of course that location is going to change. So with it being able to roll right here, it can either make contact with that flat surface or this flat surface, one of the two. So I think it's going to be pretty good right there. All I got to do now is move that one up and then crank down these bolts real good. And then I'll be good to go. I think I can go ahead and use it for light duty work because it looks like that now that I've got it together, only one pin holds this on. The other pin is for the purpose of, let's see if I can get in here, catching right here. See that flat flange right there? It catches that pin and prevents it from, you know, swinging too far is all that does. So as long as I'm doing light duty work, nothing heavy right now, I could probably do some light work with it and just wait for them to send me a new pin. Or maybe, I don't know, I doubt it, but maybe Tractor Supply or Rural King or one of those stores would have something like that. I might go check that out too. But anyhow, this is just about done, so not so distant future we'll have to take it out here and clean up some of that ice storm brush and try it out, see how it works.